Hi everyone, this is Kruti Chai Pancholi, Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Analog and Digital Communication System. In this video, you will learn about power spectral density, properties of a power spectral density and the example based on the power spectral density. In the last video, you learned about the energy spectral density as spectral density functions. Spectral density of a signal is used for defining the distribution of energy or the power per unit bandwidth as a function of frequency. There are two types of the spectral density of the signals, that are the energy spectral density and the power spectral density. So now, power spectral density. Suppose the xt signal we have, it's a real valued power signal. Then the normalized power of this xt signal, that is defined as P is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 upon t integration minus t by 2 to t by 2 x square t dt. Power spectral density is a periodic with a period t0. Then according to the Parseval's power theorem, the average signal power that is given by P is equal to sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn square. This already we have learned in case of the energy spectral density video. So power spectral density for a periodic signal, it is defined as the Cn is equal to 1 upon T0 x of nf0. T0, that is the period of the signal. So now we'll put this value in the equation number 2. By putting the value of the equation, here it is P is equal to sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity 1 upon T0 square modulus of x nf0 whole square. Here we need a positive values, real values, so we are always taking the modulus and the square of that. So this is equal to, we'll take this 1 upon T0 square outside. It is sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity modulus of x and f0 whole square. So the Fourier transform of the periodic signal is not continuous. It is the discrete and present only at the frequency of the plus or minus f0, 2f0, 3f0. So that is why here the power spectral density of a periodic signal is defined as SF is equal to, power spectral density is defined by S of f is equal to 1 upon T0 square sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity modulus of x nfo square delta f minus nf0. Here this is the impulse function. So this shows that the PSD is a discrete function of the frequency and the PSD functions is present only at the harmonic frequencies of f0. The power spectral density is what? The spectral density means the area under the PSD, that is equal to the average power of the signal xt. So we can define it by using the equation P is equal to minus infinity to infinity S of f df. S of f, that is the area under the particular signal xt. So now we'll prove that. So we know that what is the power? It is the minus infinity to infinity S of f df. This is equal to integration minus infinitive to infinitive. We know that the power equation is also minus infinitive to infinitive 1 upon t0 square sigma n equal to minus infinitive to infinitive modulus of x and f0 delta f minus nf0 df. So now we'll take this 1 upon t0 out, sigma n equal to minus infinitive to infinitive modulus of x nf0 whole square, and it is minus infinitive to infinitive delta f minus nf0 df. By using the frequency shifting property, the value of this impulse functions that becomes the 1. So we are considering this as the 1. So if we are considering this as a 1, what is this? It is nothing but the power. So in the next we can say that using the shifting property of a delta function, minus infinitive to infinitive s of f df is equal to 1 upon t0 square sigma n equal to minus infinitive to infinitive modulus of x of nf0 square is equal to p. So you have to remember this equation while you are solving the examples related to the finding out the power spectral density of any particular signal. So it is the P. Now therefore the average power of a periodic signal xt is given by the area under the PSD. The PSD. Now we'll learn about the properties of PSD. Now, the properties of the energy spectral density is same as the properties of the power spectral density. So it is very easy to remember the properties of the PSD. So while you are preparing, you should prepare it parallelly of the PSD and the ESD. Property number 1. The power spectral density of the power signal xt is a non-negative real valued function of frequency. So it is what? SF value, that is the SF is the power spectral density. That value is always greater than equal to 0 for all values of f. Now we have also I, okay, that what we are doing? We are doing the modulus of x of nf0 and we are taking the square. Okay, so if the negative values of f is there, even your answer would be always positive. It is the property number 1. Property number 2. The PSD of a real valued power signal xt is an even function of frequency. So S of f is equal to S of minus f, because the amplitude spectrum of real valued signal is a even function of f. Property number 3. The total area under the curve of PSD of an power signal xt is equal to the average signal power. So P is equal to minus infinitive to infinitive S of f df. S of f is what? That's the curve of the PSD. Property number 4. When a power signal xt is passed through a linear time invariant system, the power spectral density of an output signal is equal to the product of power spectral density of the input and squared amplitude response of the system. We took the system having the impulse response, the h of t, having the one input signal, that is the input xt, output or the response yt, and it is the linear time invariant system. Then what it says, that when this xt passing through this LTI system, you will have the output response yt. It's what? It's a product of the PSD of the input and the impulse response of the squared of the amplitude response of this signal. So it is the xt is the input, yt is the output, ht is the impulse response of the LTI system, yt is equal to xt convol with the ht, and by applying the Fourier transform in this equation, Fourier transform of yt is yf, xt is xf. You know that when the convolution that represents in the time domain and the multiplication in the frequency domain. So x of f multiply ht Fourier transform is h of f. So the property number 4, convolution in the time domain gets transformed into multiplication of transforms in the frequency domain. So now we'll take the square of that amplitude. So it's a modulus of y of f square is equal to h of f square into x of f square. But what is this y of f square? It's a PSD of the output yt. What is this? It's a PSD of the input xt. So what we have? S0f. SOF is equal to h of f square SIF. Property number 5. For an power signal xt, the autocorrelation function and energy spectral density form a Fourier transform pair. It is what? The autocorrelation of the function xt, and it is the Fourier transform S of f. So these both that form a Fourier transform pair. Now we will solve the example based on the PSD. So now the figure I will show you, that is the power spectral density of a power signal xt. So this is the what? It is the power spectral density function SF of which signal? xt. Calculate the average power of the signal. So now here the power spectral density is given to you, and you need to find out the power for the signal. So what we will do? Very first we will write down the equation for the average power P. So average power P is what? It's a minus infinity to infinity S of f df. Now here you can see in the figure that the signal that can be break into the number of parts. It is the one limit is from -2 to -1. At that time the amplitude value is 1. Another one will take, that is the -1 to 1. Over here this amplitude value is 2. 1 to 2, and this value is 1. So we are writing that into the form of integration of -2 to -1, 1 df. This is the magnitude, so it is 1. Plus -1 to 1, the value is what? It's a 2 over here. Fine. So this is the 2 df plus integration 1 to 2. What is the value of that function? 1. Okay. So power density function SF value for the particular limit we are describing over here. So what is this? It is a 1. Integration of this df is what? It's f. We'll take the 2 outside. Integration of df is f. We'll take this 1 out. Integration of df is f. So we are having the limits -2 to -1, -1 to 1, 1 to 2. So we are putting this limit in the f. So it is -1, minus plus 2, plus 2, 1 minus plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. So answer is 6. So the power, okay, for this power spectral density, okay, so you can say that what is the power spectral density? Power spectral density, that is the area under this power power spectral density function. Okay, so that gives you the answer. So this is the example regarding the power spectral density and the average power finding out. Okay, so thanks a lot everyone. This is the last portion.